was I was actually looking at the program, and then a realization came of impermanence. So I realized that the program is also impermanent, and there's a change in the program.
You become Arham now.
Most respected Her Excellency, Acting High Commissioner of Sri Lanka, Miss Priyanga Wickramasinghe ji, my guardian in Sarnath, Venerable Sumitananda ji, my guardian in Delhi, Venerable Dharmalanka ji, members of the Bhikkhu Sangha. We have also our most senior respected professor of Buddhist studies, the doyen of Buddhist studies in India, Professor Bimalendra Kumar ji, member of the governing board of Mahabodhi Society of India, Dr. Manish Kumar ji, member of the governing board of the Mahabodhi Society of India, Sri Subrata Barua ji, Bhante Kachenji, General Secretary of the Buddha Triratna Mission, Acharya Yashi ji is also here. So I extend my greetings, my pranam to the most venerable members of the Bhikkhu Sangha and to all those who have gathered here today. So since the chief guest has already spoken, I believe I am not bound by the 10 minutes. And I have a message from Dharmalanka ji, which says that you can speak more than 10 minutes. So in case anyone questions, I have that message from you. Thank you so much. I think this is a very important occasion, a very emotional occasion for us to be present here at the Buddha Vihar of Mahabodhi Society of India in its historic precincts. Now I want to start, and I'm going to be brief as I can be. This hall echoes, so I would request, because I was also realizing that Madam High Commissioner also was finding it a little difficult. So please, the phones and all that can be taken outside. At the outset, I'm not a scholar. I'm not a scholar of Buddhism. I'm not a scholar of Pali. I am a lay person. And therefore, it is of immense joy and significance for me and for millions of Indians like me that Prime Minister Narendra Modi designated Pali as a classical language of India, and we would like to thank him for that. Pali is the golden link, is the golden bridge which binds us also with Sri Lanka. Pali is the language of Lord Buddha. I'm not getting into the semantics, I'm not getting into the academic and the debate of it. But what Prime Minister Narendra Modi reminded us on Abhidhamma Divasa was that Buddha resides in the soul of India. And when we talk about the 21st century being the Asian century, that Asian century cannot be imagined without Lord Buddha at the center of it. He inspires it, he shapes it, and it is because we move in his direction, on his path, that the Asian century is gradually emerging. And Prime Minister Narendra Modi says that it is our collective responsibility, Buddhists, non-Buddhists. Nobody is a non-Buddhist because we all love Buddha. It is our collective responsibility as a civilization, as a nation, as a people to preserve and to disseminate Pali. Once upon a time, Pali was Loka Bhasha. It has to reassume that status of Loka Bhasha. Pali is the global language of interconnectedness. It connects us, it binds us not only to our neighbors, to even civilizations and countries far beyond. I mean, I can go on and on. And therefore, declaring Pali as a classical language opens up immense possibilities for the study and dissemination of Pali in India. It is the language in which the Lord spoke. And if we can learn that language, speak in that language, we feel the ambient, the presence, the vibrations of the Lord himself. And therefore, it is a country like Sri Lanka which carried out its responsibility in preserving Pali. And for us today in India, with that classical language status, it gives us a new energy, new impetus to take the study, dissemination of Pali forward. The other thing that we need to keep in mind is that, Acharya Yashiji will agree with me, the revival of Nalanda University. The Nalanda tradition represented a certain tradition. It may be different from the Theravada tradition, it may be different from others, but it represents a distinct tradition. Nalanda Wickramasinghe. I belong to the village of Atisha Dipankara. And it was with the destruction of Nalanda that Buddhism faced one of its toughest challenges in India. And Babasaheb Ambedkar, during his last visit, during his last public meeting, and that was in Sarnath, November 1956, and he lamented the destruction of Nalanda University. And therefore I say, after 60 years, after nearly 2000 years of that destruction, after 60 years of Babasaheb Ambedkar's lament, Nalanda University has been reinstated. And please let us remember that just within 10 days of taking oath as third time as Prime Minister of this country, Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi went and inaugurated the Nalanda University campus, reinstated. Nalanda is a spirit, it is a thought, it is an essence, it is a world view. It is not just an university. And therefore, it is a revival of that spirit. It is a revival of that thought. It is a revival of that essence which symbolizes that you can destroy physical structures, you can burn physical books, but you cannot destroy the spirit. Nalanda University's revival signifies that spirit. And the third point that I wanted to make was, in this year, budget, madam, during the union budget, our union budget this year, a special allocation has been made to develop all these sites connected with the life and times of Lord Buddha. And the Union Prime Minister's, his budget, as presented by Honorable Union Finance Minister, clearly stated a special allocation that has been made for this. So friends, I think when we talk about the Asian century, I think we are at a very interesting time in India. Interesting time for all of us who have gathered here today to pay tribute to Bodhisattva Anagarik Dharmapalaji and to pay tribute to his mission and to his aspiration for revival of Buddhism and Buddhist studies and the Buddhist movement in India. I just wanted to mention these as a brief prefatory observations. Now, I just want to make a few historical points because we are standing here in this precincts. Madam, you mentioned Mahatma Gandhiji who inaugurated this place. Now, I don't know how many of us would know because I discovered it recently. So we know that Babasaheb Ambedkar accepted Buddhism in Nagpur in 1956 October. Dr. Savita Ambedkar, in her book Life with Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar, says something very interesting. She writes, it is on record. She says, I don't remember the exact date, perhaps 2nd May 1950. I told Baba Saheb, we have taken the word of Buddhism in hand and invitations at the global level have begun coming. We will be present in Buddhist conferences. Therefore, we must get initiated into Buddhism and participate as Buddhists. Sahib was convinced. And accordingly, we decided to accept Buddhism. Now she says, one day at 6 a.m., we pulled out our car and presented ourselves at the Buddha Vihara in the Birla Temple complex. The Birla Temple complex is beside. We presented ourselves at the Buddha Vihara in the Birla Temple complex in Delhi. There, at the hands of Bhante Aryavansha, the two of us took the Trisharana and Panchashila and embraced Buddhism. Only a very few people know about this. I remember Bhadant Anand Kaushalyayan referring to this historical event during his interview at Akashvani. Friends, Nagpur came later, Buddha Vihar came first. It was in front of Bhagavan Buddha here. Please let us remember that Baba Saheb Ambedkar first accepted Buddhism in a very private, in a very close ceremony. And therefore, this precinct is important. You had Mahatma Gandhi here, you had Baba Saheb Ambedkar here, and Dr. Shyama Prasad Mukherjee as President of Mahabodhi Society and as Union Minister, first Industry Minister of India, came on a number of occasions here to attend the Buddha Vihar anniversary celebrations. So we are, I think, at a very historic place, at a very historic point. And I say that I am perhaps, I can say I had the adhikara to speak here because Dr. Shyama Prasad Mukherjee was President of Mahabodhi Society for 11 long years. And Dr. Devapriya Valisina says he was not just an ornamental president. He was one of the most active presidents of Mahabodhi Society of India. When he became Mahabodhi Society of India, he was president of the Hindu Mahasabha. Later on, he founded the Bharatiya Janasangh. He became union minister. He became president of the Bharatiya Janasangh. That was his political persona. But he never relinquished, he never gave up his persona as president of Mahabodhi Society. And when we remember Bodhisattva Anagarik Dharmapalaji, I must remember and pay tribute to 5 Indians, all of them Bengalis. Shubhrotada, I am a little partial. All of them Bengalis. 5 of them, Narendranath Sen, editor of the Indian Mirror, Nilkamal Mukherjee, who was a businessman who rolled out hospitality for Anagarik Dharmapalji when he was facing difficulty in Kolkata. Ashutosh Mukherjee was president of the Mahabodhi Society from 1916 to 1924 and who founded the Pali department. The first ever Pali department to be started in India was in the University of Calcutta. Mahastavir Kripasharan and Sir Ashutosh Mukherjee together founded the Pali department. Justice Manmat Nath Mukherjee, president of Mahabodhi Society from 1925 to 1942, and Dr. Shyama Prasad Mukherjee, president of Mahabodhi Society of India from 1942 to 1953 till his death. It is a seamless synergy. All those who bring in divisions are standing on false dichotomies. They expressed unstinting support to Bodhisattva Anagarik Dharmapalji's mission in India. So I also, let us remember them today as we also celebrate the Buddha Vihar. And in fact, I wanted to also say when Devapriya Valisina ji says that when Dr. Shyama Prasad Mukherjee was doing his MA in Calcutta University, he had also taken a paper on Sinhalese. And when he became Vice Chancellor, Pali studies was 100-fold, it was promoted in Calcutta University. So therefore I say that Prime Minister Narendra Modi belongs to a lineage. He has done today what all these names that I have taken aspired to do. And I therefore just wanted to end with these few words. I wanted to bring in the historical dimension of it also. And in April-May 1951 issue, Sumitananda ji is the editor of Dharmadut, is the editor-in-chief. You are the editor, he is the editor-in-chief. So in the April-May 1950 issue of the Mahabodhi Journal, Baba Saheb Ambedkar contributed in 1950 first. In 1950, he contributed an article for the first time in the Vaisak number of the Mahabodhi Journal. Buddha and the Future of His Religion. That was the title. Who was the president of Mahabodhi Society of India at that time? Dr. Shyama Prasad Mukherjee. In 1951, April-May issue of Mahabodhi Journal, Dr. B.R. Ambedkar, Baba Sahib again contributes another article on women, on the rise and fall of Hindu women in India. It is published in the Mahabodhi Journal. Who is president of Mahabodhi Society? Dr. Shyama Prasad Mukherjee. Therefore, these links are there. And these links, it is a tribute to these links, to these people, that we are doing, what is happening today in India. And I especially wanted to mention this in the presence of Her Excellency and our members of the Bhikkhu Sangha from Sri Lanka. They are all our elder brothers here and across India. The Amarapura Nikaya conferred on Ashutosh Mukherjee the title of Sambuddhagama Chakravarti because of his contribution to promotion of Buddhist studies, of Pali, and overall of the Buddha legacy in India. It is unparalleled in the history of modern India. And not many people speak about it, but I have started speaking about it because that is another link that binds us together. And while paying tribute to Sir Ashutosh Mukherjee, Bodhisattva Anagarik Dharmapalaji says, there is a very interesting incident, but we don't have time. Because when Sir Ashutosh was to receive the holy relics from the hands of the then governor of Bengal, you had to go in the governor's presence with your coat, tie, and western attire. Sir Ashutosh blankly refused. He said, I will go in my Indian attire. And he went, and that was accepted. He was the first person to enter the governor's house, bare feet, in his dhoti and chaddar, receiving the holy relics. And we know the contribution that Dr. Shyama Prasad Mukherjee made in promoting and in taking around the holy relics of Mahamoggallana Sariputta and Lord Buddha across Southeast Asia. About Sir Ashutosh Mukherjee, Anagarik Dharmapalaji says in his tribute, he was at heart almost a Buddhist. He openly confessed his love to the Lord Buddha and was always prepared to help the cause of Buddhism. The introduction of Pali in the Calcutta University was due to his personal effort. And he even says that I only pray that Sir Ashutosh is reborn again to carry forward this task. I would like to thank you very much for being so patient with me. I just thought we need to remember these personalities, these luminaries, in order to reiterate the importance of this holy precincts, in order to establish that it is our commitment, national commitment, it is our individual commitment to take forward, preserve Lord Buddha's legacy in India. And it is our national duty to preserve, protect, and promote Pali as a language, as a civilizational language. Dhanyavad, Namo Buddhaya.
Thank you, Dr. Ganguly, for the insightful speech. I now invite Dr. Bimalendra Kumar, Vice President of Mahabodhi Society of India,